I know it takes a second, so.
Okay, we're live, and I'm sure it will take about a few seconds for everyone to catch up. So I'll just say hello to everyone.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I hope you can hear us. Welcome to Strength Reversed. My name is Amy, and I have with me the lovely Kristen from Kristen Louise Tarot. We are both Scorpios within a day of each other, so this should be an interesting live.
Yeah.
How is everyone today? I see Maria's here. Jonathan Daly, hello. Jamie, hello. Ooh, I'm so excited that I'm always just so tickled when anyone shows up.
I know. Like, I've only done a few lives, so it's always fun when like they just start sort of rolling in, so.
Yes.
But the alert, the alert that comes out on my TV comes out like 2 or 3 minutes later after it goes live.
Okay. I don't, I always sign up for the reminders, and I don't know where these reminders go to because I don't ever get a reminder. I'm on my phone, but if I'm not checking my phone, then it's like, dang it, I took another live.
Yeah.
I
even have a tarot tube calendar in my Google. So I put it all in, so.
Yeah, I'm into paper, so I do have a paper calendar where Maria's going live, Rochelle's live, I gotta catch that. And a lot of times I'm at school too, so
gotcha.
Can't always sneak away. Hey Gerald, thanks for popping in. Elemental Cartomancy is here.
Hey,
thank
Chris.
you.
Yeah, that's Chris and Gerald. So
well, so we're just talking about how we are both Scorpios. Maybe someone in the chat, because I'm a little bit into astrology. I'm a basic astrologer, but we are both Scorpios. I'm the 20th, and Kristen's the 21st of November, so we're both on the Sagittarius cusp. Mm-hmm. But I'm Aries rising, and you are
Aries moon.
Aries moon.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean, you guys?
I have no clue.
Read our charts for us.
Yeah. So I know Deanne from Blue Crescent Tarot, she is really into astrology. She does charts and everything. And she was like, well, you don't seem like a Scorpio, but I bet Aries is in your chart. And I'm like, wow, this isn't bull crap here,
So Chris is also a Scorpio. Gerald's a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Today.
We need to have like a birthday party.
Yeah. Our half birthdays kind of are coming up.
Yeah.
So we were just also talking about why I'm doing this series, you asked me. And I just got interested in talking to newer, smaller channels, because when I was a newer, smaller channel, I felt like I was kind of talking into the abyss. Like I didn't know if anyone was hearing me or and I didn't really know how to get my name out there. Not that I was trying to get a huge channel or anything, but it's nice when people watch, And so I just kind of want to interview newer and upcoming channels. But I know you and like Gerald and stuff, you're already out there. I see you in lives all the time, so you're not new, but you're newer. So tell me a little bit about your channel, and why you started it.
Okay, why did I start it? That's a good question. I think I started it because I love tarot, however you pronounce it. And I wanted to brave it. It was a scary, nerve-wracking idea. The idea there could be trolls going in and basically throwing insults at me. And so I was very hesitant, but I felt like I wanted to talk about things, And so for the past year since the pandemic hit, I just sort of threw myself into the tarot tube community. And I saw these other people creating new channels and just how much fulfillment they got out of it. So I thought, well, I'll try it, so we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then I can delete it, or I'm having fun though. I'm enjoying it. So it's been fun.
Well, I'm glad you started. I mulled around starting a channel for a couple of years, and I wanted to do something that really scared me. And I don't even know what, I think it was Ephanie's 31 Days of Tarot. I heard an announcement about it. So I was like, well, you know what? It's now or never. I'm just going to do it. These are built-in prompts. I'll have an excuse to start, and then I don't have to go beyond that if it's not everything I thought it could be. But yeah, it was a lot of work, and I've almost quit probably 10 times. And you know how that goes.
Yeah. Thank you, Gerald. He says he's glad I started.
Oh,
yeah, we started right around the same time. So
yeah, you guys, I just had Gerald on the last time I went live, and Gerald, you motivated me to start writing, and I have been doing that. I have been doing more extended writings on my card of the day. So I'm setting my timer for about 5 minutes or so and just doing some free writing about each card. And Gerald motivated me to do that. So
do you think you'll do any fiction? Like do the tarot writing prompts?
Well, I was telling him I'm not really called to write fiction. I don't really enjoy that process, but he said no one said it had to be fiction. So
yeah. Oh yeah, it could be nonfiction.
Okay. I know, right? I thought, okay, we'll see. It's just my ramblings about, I'm trying to learn my Titanic deck. Trying to learn a little better, because on April 10th, Manuela and I, she's from a place of stillness, we are doing live readings with our Titanic decks. So, yes.
I didn't get any alerts about live readings from you. So.
You what?
Or is it on her channel? Is that
That's going to be on her channel, April 10th.
Okay. You'll have to let me know the name again, because I'll forget. So.
Yeah, I will. I'll plug it again before we go. But so I'm trying to get closer to that deck, and I really love that deck, and so it should be fun. Cool. So how long ago did you start reading tarot cards?
I'd say I started, about 5 years ago, I think it was about 5 years ago. And basically I had to have hip surgery. So I was stuck on the couch, so like for a while there, like I followed Kellyanne Maddox for years, and I was not into tarot whatsoever, no interest. And I just skipped the videos. I was like, show me about chaos magic, show me about personal development, show me about mental health. And I would just skip them. And then one day I'm like, I want to do tarot. And so right before my surgery, I got a deck, and then I had the surgery, and just for weeks, I just learned as much as I could with videos, so.
What deck did you get?
It was the, it's a very glowy, bright deck. It's a Rider-Waite-Smith, the Radiant, not the Radiant Wise, this one.
I know what you're talking about.
It was very bright, and that was the one I was attracted to at the time. I detest it now. Like, I think it's just garish, but at the time that was what I went for. So
yeah, I think my first deck is Robin Wood. Now, Gerald, I was pretty jealous, got his Robin Wood directly from Robin Wood. I was like, wow, that's kind of jelly. But so I got the plaid back Rider-Waite. It's like,
yeah.
God, I can't.
Yeah.
Like the yellows and the 70s colors, and it was just kind of not pretty. And so I was like, I need these, but something prettier. And that's how I got Robin Wood, and then I was able to really work with it a lot more.
Yeah. Now my second deck was Wildwood Tarot. I looked at it. I was like, heck no, I can't do this. Jen from Jen's Science to Soul Tarot Transformation, she says you need a PhD for that deck. Yeah. So I returned it. I returned that, and I just got it again, just like a few days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had any decks that I've gotten rid of and have come back to me. I did get rid of the Housewives Tarot years ago because I didn't really, I was like, I'll never read with this.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. And a friend of mine was like, I really need a lighthearted deck because he was just feeling kind of overwhelmed by a few things. And so I'm like, I'll send you this one. And now that I think about it, it just keeps popping back into my head.
Yeah.
I want that deck.
Well,
we'll see. I want a lot of decks, and Gerald says, does tarot writing, well, I just lost it. It just disappeared on me. Does tarot writing prompts scare you? Perhaps you need to write. It didn't, well, the fiction part scared me away. I just don't particularly love writing fiction. I like reading it, but not like into creative writing. I think I'm more suited to nonfiction writing, I think. I'm very kind of...
Yeah, me too.
Linear.
Yeah, like I did a couple of the prompts. The first one I made up, it was for our Marseille class, our study group. And then the rest of them I did were things I wrote in the past. So they weren't even new things. And I want to do it again. I just haven't found the time. So
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
There's lots of things I'm trying to squeeze in, and sometimes I get to that place where I don't do anything because I think I should be doing this and this and this, and I get so overwhelmed that I just start folding laundry or something.
Yeah.
That's when I know I'm resisting something, is when my refrigerator starts getting cleaned out. Then I know I'm like not doing it.
Hi, Patrice.
Hi, Patrice. Let's see. Oh,
Candy's here? I didn't see her pop in.
I didn't see her either. Hi, anyway. Yeah. The Housewives Tarot, yes. Oh, yeah, it does go good with the Smart Girl's Guide to Tarot. It's kind of snarky, which I like. Jamie says, what about a memoir writing prompt?
I would like that.
I'm so bad at that. I keep journals, but my journals are mostly like really weird kinds of reflections about my feelings and not so much documenting memories.
Well, that's writing.
About remembering my past, I guess.
Yeah, well, maybe not memoirs, but just commentary on your feelings and where they came from, If you're willing to be that vulnerable, on camera.
Yeah. What the heck? Why not?
Yeah.
I'm willing.
Yeah, I did a video on my recovery from an eating disorder, and
I watched that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I just put it out there. I was like, no more. I'm not going to be ashamed of it. I'm not going to, and I think it was the recovery that gave me the courage to talk about it. So,
yeah, I watched that video, and it was so. I really wow, I had no idea that you went through that. It was really, really I don't want to use the word fascinating, but it just was captivating, I guess, to watch. I would have never known that you had gone through that. And I thought it was really cool that I think that's kind of, in a way, a final step. Okay, putting this out there, and, there's nothing hidden anymore. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
I loved the Ganges story as well.
Thank you. Yeah. And the funny thing is when I first picked the card, I didn't notice the flowers, related to the flowers we put into the Ganges. And it wasn't until I was doing the video and I was like, they're there, so, I thought it was an interesting tie-in.
If you haven't seen Kristen's video with the Ganges River story, it's so interesting. And that's kind of connected to tarot writing prompts, right? You just that one image in the card.
Yeah, I think it was a gratitude video. So yeah, I was being grateful for going to India.
Yeah, but it was a fascinating story, and was one of those things that prompted me to write down that I want to read more about that, or see videos or something about that. That's just fascinating. Marion, are you here? Hey, how are you?
I'm married. Oh, there's Ishi. Hi, Ishi. Oh, Ishi made it.
Hello. Hey. Oh, I'm so glad everyone's here.
Yeah.
Marion, I had a song pop up the other day when I pulled a card. And I always think of you when a song pops up for a card, because Marion does a lot of connecting music to your intuition. So, yes. So I always think of Marion when a song pops up.
That's cool. Yeah, I know Robin from Toadstool Tarot. Like he's very good at pulling song lyrics. Like someone will mention something and he just has this unique way of doing a play on words, and he'll pull in song lyrics to a tarot card.
I love that, because I was just talking to I have a little group that I've met with a couple of times. We meet once a month just on a Google chat, so we can actually see each other. And we were talking about how your guides can speak to you really through anything, and how sometimes I'm waiting for like the clouds to part and the ray of sunlight and it to be like dramatic and spiritual. But really, it could be a bumper sticker, or a billboard, or a commercial on TV, or a song. It doesn't have to be like anything.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but yeah.
Hey, Julie, playing hooky from work. You should just skip. This is way more fun.
Yes, absolutely. And see, like I work from home now, so since the pandemic, and so I've been able to just work and put a video on at the same time, and my work is so brainless that I can do that. So
I'm jealous because I'm a teacher, so I'm already doing 1,000 things at once, and so I can't sneak out and watch a video.
Like I admire you. I admire teachers. That takes so much energy.
This year is no joke, but yeah, Julie says elbow cough. him, yeah. Michael, my significant other, I don't like the word boyfriend because it's like very teenager. I don't know what to call him. But he, since the pandemic, they were at home temporarily, and then they decided they're just going to work from home from now on. So that's what his little department decided, and I'm sort of jealous, but sort of feel bad for him. He's not really a work from home kind of person.
Okay. I'm a work from home kind of person. So
yeah, I would find a lot of distractions, and no.
I mean, I do as well, but I had that at work as well. So I did have one coworker who was great at talking, and it's like she loved to talk. I mean, she's a sweetheart. She's I mean, I really like her, but she could talk.
Right.
Yeah, and so I mean, that was a good break. Like she would come to the cubicle, or we'd meet by the coffee pot, but they were extra long breaks. So
right.
Yeah.
I always think it would be, super, super fun and relaxed, and but I'm one of those people. I really need a routine, and if you give me a reason to turn the TV on and not get dressed, I will take it. So I think some people who can get up, and they get up early and they do their thing and they can stay focused
Mm-hmm.
I admire that because
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah, me too. I do get dressed. I do every day. I do my makeup and get dressed because that just makes me feel good. So
Yeah. The weekends when I'm just not productive. If I don't, I mean, the hair kind of, but I got to slap some makeup on. I mean, it has to happen. So
mm-hmm.
I'm interested, do you have a tarot routine? Do you have a daily tarot practice?
It's not daily. Like I kind of carry them around like a whoopee, I just
Yeah.
carry them around from room to room, but I don't read them every day. I'd say probably about every other day. And my goal is to have a ritual where I come to my study in my sacred space and to do it there. But so far, I've basically been doing it on my couch on a serving tray. And like Sadhana says, she says, that's fine, as long as you make it intentional, but it's not intentional enough for me. So I'd like to transport myself into my study for like an hour a day, half hour, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get into this mind trap with myself where I feel like for some reason an hour is the magic number.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I haven't worked out for 1 hour or done yoga for 1 hour or done tarot for 1 hour. Somehow it was not, didn't count or wasn't enough or something.
Yeah.
So, I use schedules as a form of resistance. I like to plan and color code, and it's almost like I never get down to business because I'm doing all of that. But yeah, I'm just right now pulling a card of the day.
Okay.
And I'm trying I set a timer for 5 minutes and do a free write.
Yeah.
So instead of I do a little reflection in my planner about that card and how it tied into my day. But now I'm trying to just do a more extended, I guess, prompt, use it as a writing prompt and just see what I see in the card.
I should start doing that. Like I was pulling it almost as predictive, like this is going to come up in your day. And I was like, this isn't working for me, because so often it just wasn't true. It wasn't working. I was like, every day's the same,
I started asking, I tweaked the question. I just would ask, what do I need to remember today? Or what energy can I work with today? And I found that to be a little more useful because, like you said, if the tower comes up, I'm like, shit, I've been working on that all day and I didn't like that. So I kind of switched. And sometimes I do think, I don't know, what did this have to do with today? But a lot of times I can find a certain energy, like, okay, the energy, how I felt when that happened is the energy of this card. And I just try to remember that.
Yeah. So Ishi asked a question.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, Corbin. What have either of you found tarot has enabled you to connect to throughout lockdowns? Beyond the community, like deities or past lives?
For me, I attempted to use it for past lives for a while, but it was very difficult for me to sort of get over, well, who is this person? Like Jonathan Daly, he said, don't focus so much on the person, but what you can learn through it. I mean, he'd be better to phrase it. So I don't know if I'm getting it correctly, but don't focus so much on who the person was. And that was what I was focusing on. And the first past life reading that I did, I think I was completely off base, and the reading itself, I think, brought something that I've learned, about myself, but I don't know if it was a past life and what my reading was accurate. So
I find that for past lives, I have to have a little bit of an inkling of that life to begin with, and then I can maybe read to get some more info. But I've only read about one past life that I felt a connection to beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to me, tarot has been, it's difficult for me anyway to read objectively for myself if it's something that I feel very strongly about.
Mm-hmm.
I have done, I've done the pandemic, like I've told people I could go another year without flinching. Like I'm just that introverted where I'm kind of missing like going out to eat or something,
Yeah.
but I really have not minded staying home. I know some people are, need to get out and stuff, and I'm just not that person. So I have found more opportunities, I guess, to go to come to the tarot or to be more introspective.
Yeah.
But I'm just still doing my thing. Like this is not. I'm trying to avoid real life as much as possible,
Yeah, like this past year, like I feel so badly, and I don't mention it a ton, is that this past year has actually been very nurturing for me. Like I think I've come a long way in my mental health and my spiritual development, and I feel like I've done a huge change in my spiritual growth, and so this year has been very beneficial for me, especially like my use of tarot. Like it's been so good. I love it. Not just the community, which has been essential, for me, for my enjoyment, my happiness. But yeah, I've completely shifted from just using it for personal development and shifting it to believing that it could be used as a predictive tool. And there's a deeper meaning there. There's something deeper going on, and it's this past year that got me there. I just had too many woo experiences. So
yeah, I think that especially when things first started getting really dramatic with the pandemic, I just knew, this is a time to cut away whatever's not working for me. And I had already gone into 2020 knowing that it was going to be a year of decluttering every kind of aspect of my life. And it's like almost getting it down to the essentials. Like, who is it that's important to me? What do I want to spend my time doing? And what do I really need to go out and buy? And so for me, it was, sometimes it wore on me, but, I find just like you, it was really kind of a beneficial time. It was really a lot of personal growth, and, cutting away some stuff that didn't need to be there. Marianne says, try pulling the card at the end of the day as a reflection.
Yeah.
That does help sometimes. Sometimes I just forget. I kind of pull my card whenever.
Yeah, me too. I can't think in the morning. I can't do that. Like I get out of bed and I'm just like
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a morning person.
No, and so I'm like, okay, for the next 2 hours, don't talk to me. So
that's what I tell students. Like, do you? It's like single digits here, okay? It's the crack of dawn at 9:30.
Yeah,
dawn. Like, don't try me this early. Wait till 10.
Yeah.
Wait till I've had some more coffee.
Yeah. So lady night. I forget your name. Sorry, what's
Maria? That's Maria.
Oh, Maria. Sorry. So she says, "What kind of questions, topics do you like to read with tarot?" And it runs the gamut from personal development to that's a good question. I use tarot to receive a talking to, or to see where my focus needs to lie. Yeah, like it's across the board. Like I've tried past lives. Like I've thought about using it for a deity connection. I'm not sure I have the right deck for that because my go-to hearth culture is Norse, and there's no good Norse decks out there, so now there are decks that have symbolism in them that I can pull out. Like I'm expecting the Wildwood Tarot to be good for that. And even though it's Celtic focused, there's a lot of stuff because they're both Indo-European. So there's a lot of overlap with the symbolism and everything. So
yeah, I wonder if there are any good Norse. Do you have Druidcraft? That's not Norse either, but it is kind of the same artist as Wildwood.
I couldn't connect to it. Yeah. I feel badly because I really like the creator, but I couldn't connect to it.
I like it a little more than Wildwood, actually. I'm not really super into animal decks.
Yeah.
But I do like Celtic-y kind of decks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really read a whole lot for myself as improper tarot spreads.
Mm-hmm.
But do you read for other people?
I've started to. Like I'm starting to learn. I'd say sometimes I hit the mark where I'm really present, I'm really on point, and then other times I sort of botch it. But next year, a friend of mine was like, I want you to read at a psychic fair with me at a table. So I was like, well, I need to get my crap together. And so I've been studying hard. And Gerald has been helping me. We've been doing Zooms together. And so he's been giving me pointers. And I'm going to be officially reading for him the next time we get together. So we'll see. I've been really trying to get in touch with my intuition. And I've been doing a lot better with that. Just listening to my gut, listening to what thoughts come up instead of questioning it so much. So I've been doing a lot. Someday in the next year, I do want to do live readings for people. And I'm looking forward to
come on my channel and we'll do some live readings.
Oh, yeah, we should. Scorpio live readings. You better watch out.
Scorpio live readings.
Yeah.
Yes, we should. Anyone else who wants to do a live, some readings.
I mean, we could do a Scorpio reading. It would be me, you, Gerald, and Chris,
Yes, let's do it. Scorpio readathon.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I think it's be funny to think about the different kinds of responses you would get from a Scorpio as opposed to,
like I feel like
intense sign.
Yeah, like I have a problem with diplomacy. I realize I do. Like sometimes I'm really good at it if I really try, but if I'm not working at it, I'm just way too blunt. And so I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm like,
I was like, was that too much? Was that acceptable?
Yeah.
Well, we'll put a disclaimer. Don't come unless you want the truth, right?
Yeah.
Diane says, I'm a Scorpio in Vedic astrology. Okay, that's a whole other astrology that...
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maria says Scorpio readings are just telling it like it is.
Okay.
That guy.
Gotcha. Hi, Diane. Yeah, what's her name? Lavender Moon has been doing a Vedic astrology series, and I haven't been able to attend any of them. But
yeah, I saw that, and I thought maybe I should attend, but then maybe I just still have like basic stuff to learn.
Yeah, I need astrology 101. Yeah. And Justin Michael had been playing around with the idea of doing an astrology group. Like we haven't gotten it off the ground, but it's there as an idea. So
yes, well, I need help.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Scorpio, basic astrology for Scorpios.
Uh-huh.
Scorpios who don't always feel like Scorpios. Do you use any oracle decks?
I do not. I don't own any.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm very picky, very, very, very picky with my decks, and so I don't collect decks. What you see back here is all I have, just that top shelf, and then I have a couple more lying around, but they all fit on that top shelf. And,
well, you only need one, so it's fine.
I need more than one, but I have a tight rein on how many I get because I've got so many years ahead of me. I don't want to just get decks because they're there or other people have them, and so I don't use Oracle, and I've been looking for them. I've been looking out for any that call to me, and I haven't really found any. Like, I know they're good for clarifiers or like a final card kind of thing. And I don't know what it is about Oracle decks.
Yeah, I'm not really into, I only have a couple of Oracle decks, and really the live readings that I have done, mostly on other people's channels, are the only time I really use them. I don't use them for myself. I'm not really super called to them, but there are a couple, and I mean just about two that I like. I have Julie's Cup of Contemplation cards that I like, and then I have the crazy sexy love note things. Again, my camera's opposite, so yeah, they're really. I've
never heard of either one, so
those are the only ones I have, but. Yeah. I'm not a collector either, and I know Gerald. Gerald is, and he has like a stack, like a honest to God library card catalog.
Card catalog, yes, he does. Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I think some people like to get the deck and work with it and decide, but I like to decide first. If you come into my life, then you better be ready to go. And if I can't work with you, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between wanting it because you like the aesthetics of it. It's like collecting art. But if I don't use it, I need to be able to use it, not just like the art or.
Because I like the art on most decks, so I can't buy all those just that I think are pretty, because a lot of them are. I am mulling over, Gerald. I watched your Murder of Crows walkthrough, and that one there was a prompt on Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot the year before this past one, and I'm not really up on Kickstarter or catalogs or what's new coming out, but I looked through the Llewellyn or Lo Scarabeo catalogs and saw that one. And the High Priestess card was just stunning, and it was so Scorpio and dark, and I really, that one's still in my brain. That one I'm still kicking around. So who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, just I did.
I'm sorry, this was fun. I'm not a collector, I'm a hoarder.
References. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea.
Maria's an enabler / collector. Yes.
I do have a couple decks that I got as collectors, and they're just going to sit on my shelf. So I got, let me see. Where is it? Okay. My Terra de Napoleon. I'll never read with it, but I'm a Napoleon geek, so I had to have it. So yeah.
That's how I feel about the Golden Tarot of Klimt. I love Gustav Klimt's artwork, but it's not really readable for me, but the cards are so beautiful that I just, I had to have it.
What deck
I thought about displaying them.
What deck?
The KLIMT,
yeah.
And they're gilded, and they're
beautiful.
I love to look at them, but they're not really. Yeah. They're not really working for me as tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin says I need to cull my collection a bit during my depth year. So you're doing a depth year this year, Corbin.
Yeah.
I decided not to define my year this year, but are you going to get rid of any Corbin on your channel or anything?
I definitely.
Ooh, restoring historic deck.
He's making a deck. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's very into Marseille. So, but I'm making a deck as well. I'm making a personal deck.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it's going to be a private deck because I'm using copyrighted artwork. You know,
okay.
Yeah, other people's artwork and photographs and whatnot. And I mean, some of them are in the public domain, but a lot of them aren't. And so I'm not going to be putting it out there. I might make a private walkthrough and just share it with my friends and say, don't share the video kind of thing. And I was also
like a collage style.
No, it's just images, so yeah. And like I have, like, there's some of the cards that I have multiple versions. So I'm like, do I make a separate deck or do I just have multiple versions? So I have 3 Empresses, 2 Emperors, and I can't remember what else, but there's like 1 or 2 other ones.
Didn't the Empress stalk you for a long time?
Yeah, a long time. She was stalking me, I don't know if I can swear on this channel, so I won't, but
yes, you can. I encourage it.
Okay, that bitch was stalking me. Yeah, and so that's why I called my channel the Empress Tarot for a while, but she just didn't fit me. She didn't. And it depends on, I guess, like most people associate the Empress with the Rider-Waite-Smith Empress.
Right.
And I could see myself as more integrated with the Marseille. So sort of like a blend of them, but it just didn't fit. Yeah. So.
Well, I joked on somewhere on one of my videos, Maria thinks I should do this, but she's a bad influence on me, that I was going to make a bitchy tarot. Where it was just like bitchy responses, and she thinks I should do it, but I don't know.
Funny.
Sometimes I get in a mood like.
Yeah. Someone else asked a question, what deck we're called to? I don't remember who said it. But they said, which decks are we currently called to? Or connecting to? Thanks, Patrice.
Now?
Yeah.
What are you currently called to, Kristen?
The Textured Tarot is what I'm really loving right now. Yeah, it's great. There's so much. I love decks that I could read intuitively with because there's so much going on where there's a lot of symbolism. Like symbolism I just invent. Like I just did a walkthrough of the first 10 cards of the Money Tarot, and I'm just pulling all kinds of symbolism out of it. It wasn't originally intended by Eugene, but I'm doing it, and I love that. So I think going forward, I need decks like this, where it's just chock full of stuff like that.
I think that's really the most powerful readings I've had are where, you can learn the traditional symbolism, and that's really important. But it's a springboard for your intuition. And I think when you have personal symbols, that's something really powerful.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always go with maybe the traditional meaning, but yeah, I love that. And I kind of like busier decks too, because my eye has more places to go. And sometimes I'll pull this card and I'll notice this symbol, and next time I'll pull the card and I'll notice something completely different.
Yeah, like with this card I just pulled up, there's these hands coming at her, and it looks like the hands of Nosferatu from the old Dracula black and white silent film. And like you could just pull out symbolism, you know, and metaphors from that story to apply to that card. So
see, I saw bird wings when you showed me.
Well, there you go. I mean, I might see it now there too. No, I don't see bird wings.
You don't see bird wings?
No,
I just see big wings.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
Gerald's doing a live to talk about the Empress.
Yeah,
Yay.
we are.
Okay.
Yeah, the two of us are. So it's what's your beef with the Empress? So
I have no beefs with the Empress.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, and I'm making peace with her, you know. So I'm guessing that the arc of the live will be towards me making peace with it. So. I
really like the Empress. I think she's probably the fiercest card in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I see her this, you know, when you're the creator, you have the privilege of being the destroyer. She has, you know, you have to destroy in order to create. And so she's like the lightness and the dark and you know, combined. And so I feel like she's the most of all the, I guess, feminine cards. Like I think she's more, you know, fierce than the High Priestess is. Yeah. She's a more complete divine feminine.
If she's depicted that way, but sometimes she's depicted as sort of this lounging lady with the giant pregnant belly, and she's just like,
well, even her though, I kind of see that, because like in the Robinwood, she is depicted like that, like this sort of Mother Nature sort of in her throne, and there's, you know, like the Snow White, she's talking to the squirrel.
Yeah. To the bird. Well, I mean, my three Empresses, maybe I shouldn't talk about this because I'm taking away from our Empress talk. So
yeah, leave it for the live.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Michael says, I see the Empress as benign feminine energy. I don't see her as benign at all.
I think she can be. It depends on how she's depicted.
Yeah.
Like in the Textured Tarot, she is. She's completely benign. She almost looks vapid, you know, so yeah. But
to me, she's that reminds me of the expression, when a woman smiles, she's baring her teeth.
That's cute.
You know, even that little kind of benign looking lounging Empress to me has just something. If you rub her the wrong way, the switch is going to flip.
Yeah. But, I mean, back to deck creation, because I use one of my cards is the lounging woman, and that's Josephine Bonaparte, so Napoleon's wife. Oh. And but I'm also thinking of creating an oracle deck of a Jung, like Jung's like collective unconscious and his artwork from his Red Book. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I would have to hook up with Justin Michael. Oh, yeah, I haven't read that book, but yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Justin's brain because he's the Jung person. He knows a lot about him. So
yes, I find that just fascinating. All of his connection to the tarot and. Yeah. Now, it's interesting that you like Napoleon, because the deck that I'm feeling called to right now, like I said, is the Titanic Tarot. And what I think is one of the things that's fascinating about this deck is that all the people who are depicted are real people. Who are on the Titanic. Wow. So I'm researching a lot and finding out more about those people. And unfortunately, the guidebook briefly mentions who a lot of them are, but not why they were chosen. So I'm filling in the blanks for myself. So that's the one that I'm.
Oh, did you have an interest in that story before?
I do. For whatever reason, I've always been fascinated with it. And for a while, a couple of years ago, my son went through this phase where he was just fascinated by the Titanic, and so he wanted to watch the movie, and he watched every video he could find and read books about it and built a Lego Titanic. So we talked about the Titanic a lot, and he can tell you any fact about it. And,
Wow.
you know, the measurements of the ship probably he knows.
Yeah, like my channel is often very nerdy. So like stuff like that, like I should call it Nerd Tarot or something like that. I don't like, I seem to have
already a tarot nerd. So.
Yeah, the tarot. Yeah. But yeah, that's some of it. Like, so it's like a blend of stuff. So it's that nerdy stuff, like, cause I get obsessed with different topics, you know?
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, I'm obsessed just from the like Scorpio catastrophe. I'm obsessed with the, you know, the sinking of the ship and how scary and eerie that is. And things that are underneath the ocean always are a little bit intriguing to me anyway, just because I think it's so creepy. And but yeah, I just watched a documentary on the sinking of the Estonia, and that was, it was intense because, you know, the survivors talked about what they went through. And I just think going through that before they could send a helicopter or whatever must have been just absolutely.
Yeah. I never heard of it, so I'll have to look it up.
So, no oracle decks.
Nope.
You're a beginner astrologer like me.
Yep.
Are you into like numerology or anything like that?
Well, Chris from Elemental Cartomancy has been wetting my whistle with numerology as it relates to tarot. So that's been fun. So seeing what each of the number means instead of just going directly to the image. So that's been fun. I'm still learning it. I have the memory of a fish, so I don't retain easily. It's like I still don't remember all the cards. Like I still have to look up some of them. You know, like I don't know, 7 of Wands. Is that the fighting one? I don't remember. No,
that's the fighting one.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the fighting one. I know. And then to add new decks into that, and yeah, it's just a lot. I mean, there's so many levels of similar. That's what I love about the tarot. I think more than oracle decks, somehow, or a lot of oracle.
I think she clicked herself. Come back, Carolyn. Come back. Hi. So I'll just talk to myself. How is everybody? Let's see. Oh, you're here. Okay. Yeah, like Justin, like I think like I wanted to look into how much it would be, like the cost of getting the right to use his artwork.
Am I here?
You're coming. You're almost there. You're blurry.
Okay, it went to my other camera, but who cares? That's fine.
There you go.
I was absent-mindedly fiddling with a little cord, and I should not have done that. So that was my bad. And now this camera's a little lower, I guess. Okay. So I have no idea what we were talking about because I went into panic mode for a second.
I don't remember either.
So. Well, Marian, what do you have to say? Oh, your great-great-grandfather worked in the shipyard in Belfast that built the Titanic.
That is so cool.
Cool. Ooh, now I know someone who knew someone.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that when you like know someone who knows someone, or yeah. But I love doing genealogy, and I would love to do an oracle deck for my family. I'm not sure what I would use it for, but like I have a huge family tree that I've worked on for like 10, 15, 20 years, something like that. It's been like 20 years. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the show with the celebrities where they go on Ancestry.com, and then they travel to wherever their family is from and find.
Yeah,
I think it is so fascinating.
it is.
Marion, just so you know, as I read that, I was imagining you saying it with your accent.
Yeah.
As I read it in your accent.
Give me 1 second. My cat wants out. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh. My husband let her out.
Diane said, "Did he watch it being launched?" Ooh, I believe so, she said. That's so interesting. That is so fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would just have loved to get people's reactions, to be someone who worked on it and have it and watch it sail away and then to hear about it sinking.
Absolutely.
Diane says, "Did you pick a card today?"
I did not. No, I didn't. Should I pick
I haven't picked one either. Yeah, let's pick one.
Okay. Let's see.
Pick a card of the day.
Pick the card of the day.
If you've picked a card of the day already, feel free to put it in the chat.
Yeah, put in what you picked and like how you read it. That would be great. Ah! See, I'm the worst shuffler that's ever shuffled. So
well, I can't shuffle on camera. It's like if someone else is in the car, I feel like I'm a worse driver. Can't type when someone's looking at me.
Yeah, and I don't do jumpers. So.
See, I do, but only if it's a single card. If it's a bunch of cards, I put them in.
Now, if I pick up 2 cards, like my fingers pick up 2 cards, then I'll read them. Like yesterday, I picked up 2 cards, and one of them was the Empress. So.
Of course. Well, the Empress in this deck is John Jacob Astor's second wife, who was pregnant at the time. She survived, but he did not. Yes.
I got the Knight of Pentacles.
Ooh, okay.
I always have trouble with the Pentacles. Not really analyzing them, but just applying them to my life. So I would say that this refers to, there's different ways. Like, I think like one can be, getting, do stuff with your finances, spend some time looking into, your investments and stuff, but that's kind of boring,
Well, it can also be how you use your time, or it can be not pushing yourself or not pushing your body.
Yeah, and it could be pushing your body as well. Like, this is a guy who is pushing. It looks like he's doing farm work, so he's a farmer. And so it could be the fact that, like, to read this intuitively, is that I actually need to move today. I need to move carefully and mindfully because I haven't done my PT, in weeks. And so, there you go. Because I keep saying, I need to do my PT. I need to do my PT exercise. And I haven't been doing them. That's how I read it. Yeah.
Maria got the Empress.
Oh.
Of course. She's going to make a... hi, Mendy. Of course, she's going to make an appearance here. Candy says, "I'm painting the Queen of Swords. Can that count?" Yes.
Yeah.
I love the Queen of Swords.
Yeah.
I love her. I see myself more as the King of Swords, but, tomato, tomato. I got the 5 of Wands. So if you can see, the 5 of Wands, I think, is an interesting card because I think that reminds me how I approach something is important, because if I approach it with a lot of resistance or being combative or taking offense easily to things, that's just going to lead to more problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I need to not fight myself today.
Yeah. There you go.
Go with the flow a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. King of Pentacles, Marion. You have the King of Pentacles.
Oh.
And all your clients had career and finance questions.
Oh.
I know Marion does a lot of reading for other people.
Oh, cool. I see Ishi says, oh, dang, now I have John Jacob Jingleheimer
See, Marion, songs pop up all the time.
Yeah. So
I just had I was doing my writing about the Hanged Man yesterday. And I got the Tom Petty song, The Waiting is the Hardest Part.
Yeah.
That stuck in my head.
Yeah. Wow. So one of the things that Jonathan Daly does is he pulls the shadow card, so the card at the bottom of the deck, and that's something that I think how he analyzes something that you don't realize that you're missing or you're not focusing on or you need to work on. And so I got the Nine of Swords. I got the Nosferatu bird.
Birds.
I got the vampire bird.
I have the movie The Birds in my head. I got the Page of Coins.
Okay.
And I just took my son to the dentist today, and it was like cha-ching. So I just keep hearing cash registers in my head.
Okay, yeah.
And then I have to stay for the orthodontist, next week. So it's a lot.
Yeah. Like this card, like I see the nines, like if I read it according to the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's different than if I read it according to the idea of nines as sort of like completion. And it's sort of that, like 10 is sort of the application of that completion. Like I don't like the look of the 10 of Swords where it's just some guy in blood, but I see the 9 of Swords as sort of like you need to, or you have, gone through all that intellectual, communicative, mental struggles, and you're ready to go on to the next step, so that's.
Yeah, once you get to the odd numbered cards, I'm working on a video that keeps coming and going in my mind about the Suit of Swords, and the nines, the odd numbers in swords are, well, in any suit, are more active cards, but it's almost like this circling around to the lesson getting bigger and bigger. And I think at the 9, you're ready to do something about it.
Yeah.
You're ready to make the big change.
Yeah. See, yeah, you phrased it better than I did. So.
No, I did. No, I didn't. It was, I understood what you meant, and that it reminded me of that. But
yeah. Like in the oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say in my personal deck that I'm using, in the 10 of Swords, like sort of applying what you've learned, like that sort of going to the next level. Like instead of seeing someone on the ground, what I actually have, there's an idea of like what do you call it, an ordeal. And so there's a spiritual process that's called an ordeal where people will actually go through pain to get them to a new spiritual level. And so that's actually what is on the card, is someone that actually, I won't go into descriptions because some people might get squeamish about it, but it's an ordeal process that some people go through to reach a new, spiritual level. So.
Well, I know that the biggest spiritual jumps for me have come after just really shitty times in my, a lot of difficulties. Unfortunately, I don't think that's how it has to be, but I think it really, you're in a situation where And to me, that's the Ten of Swords is almost freeing, because it's like everything that's happened can happen, even if it was only how you made it in your own mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well,
Yeah.
almost to the point of now you have to surrender.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're finally going to get it or accept it or let it go or, you know, move forward.
And what I love about the Rider-Waite-Smith, and you can't see it in all the cards, but he actually has, his hand is in the teaching mudra, the one hand. So it's sort of like, okay, you've learned everything that you can learn. Now stand up and walk, kind of thing. Yeah.
The swords are, you know, love-hate. I have a love-hate relationship with that whole suit.
Yeah, I like it.
Probably the most meaningful suit to me, or the one I can identify with the most, but also the most intense suit for me, I think.
Absolutely. And I'm actually doing a live with I think April 6th with Longman Tarot, because he's doing a series. Yeah, and I'm doing swords. So
okay, cool. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write all this stuff down. So you're live with Longman Tarot April 6th, and you're going live with Gerald about the Empress.
Yeah. I think the 6th. I could be wrong. Gerald, are you still there? He knows the dates better than I do. So I might be going to the Empress thing on April 6th, actually. So I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay, well, those are, I'm going to try to be there if I'm not like in school or something.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I set those reminders, and then who knows where they go into cyberspace somewhere.
God. Okay, yeah, the 6th is Empress with Gerald.
6th is Empress, okay.
Yeah.
Did something happen? Well, we've been on for over an hour.
Yeah.
And let's plug our stuff. So you're going to be on April 6th with Gerald. That's with the Empress card.
Yes.
And then you're going to go on with Longman Tarot about the Suit of Swords, which I'm all over that. I love the Suit of Swords. And then catch me and Manuela on April 10th, which is the anniversary of when the Titanic set sail. So we'll be doing Titanic readings.
Oh, cool.
So lots of fun lives coming up. I feel like I could talk to you for another hour, because
this has been fun.
I know more, but let's set up a date to do some Scorpio live readings.
Okay.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, I think so.
Scorpio, show yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, Gerald can do it, and then I don't know if Chris is still there, but if he's up for it, we could invite him as well.
Okay, I'm writing that down too. I gotta write it down, or else it's just gone.
Yeah.
Like you, my memory is.
Yeah.
It's fish level.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's terrible.
Yes, we do need a Tarot Tube TV guide.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I have one. I have a Google Calendar that just has everything on it.
Wow. Yeah, we need someone to like go public with that.
Yeah, I could share the calendar. Yeah, anyone that has a Google Calendar, I could share it with them. So, and then I just add them. Yeah. That
would be awesome to have a Tarot Tube, like central scheduling.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Kristen, for being here.
Thank you so much.
I had fun talking to you, and make sure that you check out Kristen's channel, and also check out the videos that she has made. The one of the gratitude video that she made about the Ganges River, that was really good. You should check them out. So thanks, Kristen. Thanks to everyone who is here, or everyone who watches the playback. Make sure that you drop us a line, check out Kristen's channel, tell a friend about it, and watch her live with Longman Tarot and with Gerald. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.